Hello everyone, it's Amy and welcome back to week 14 of budget crafting. Today we are going to make smiles, and these are little smiles that I make that when I go to the farmer's market to sell my crafts, I have a dish of these smiles there, and the smiles are to give away for free because a smile should always be free. And I do have to say that every time that someone gets a smile, I always get a smile back from them. So I don't think I've ever had anyone take a smile without smiling back at me. So this is just something for, it's to make them feel good. It's to make us feel good. And it's very simple to do. And it's just something I think that we all need a few extra smiles right now in our lives. So I got these. They're aqua glass gems. And I looked in the craft department at Walmart and they didn't have any. They just had the little ones, which you can use the little ones too. I just kind of like these a little bit better. They're just kind of, I don't know. I just like the size of them. And, to me, maybe they're even easier to do. The one that I had there had 25 in it, but one was broken. So I got 24 smiles out of that package. And I think that they were either $2.97 or $3.97 for a package. So $3 or $4. And you can also keep your eyes out at garage sales. Keep your eyes out at, secondhand stores. Oh, and I was telling you, I don't know if I finished the sentence. I looked in the craft department and could not find them, but I found them with the fish accessories, like goldfish and stuff, that kind of fish accessories. So they're super simple, and you need white and black paint, and then you can paint the smile on with a paintbrush, or you can just use things that you have around the house. For the eyes, I use a nice flat end of an eraser, and I just put it in the white, and then I just kind of spread it out a little bit to flatten it out so that I don't wind up with a whole great big glob. And then literally I just decide, where do I want to put the eyes? I kind of like if there's a flatter side and kind of a pointier side, I like to put the eyes on the flatter side and then put the smile on the pointier side, because it makes it look a little bit like a chin. So I kind of like, there's a little bit of a point here and it's a little flatter up here. So I'm going to put my eyes up here and I'm going to put my smile down here. And all I do is just go ahead, give it a press, make sure that the whole eraser comes in contact, because this is rounded. You want to make sure that it actually touches all the way around. And there we go. That one is done. And I just go through and I just do it like an assembly line. And I go through and just mark them all. So we'll do a few of these. Because we've got to let them dry so that we can do the pupil on them. So we'll go through here. And so I just wanted to tell everyone that wished me a good vacation. Thank you very much. We did have a wonderful vacation going to see our daughter and our grandson in Oklahoma. So that was wonderful. We just got back on Sunday. Well, for you, it will be a week ago Sunday, because I did have a video done up for this week, the week that we just got back, and ready to go so that I wouldn't miss it. And I did figure out how to answer comments on my phone when I was gone, so that I kind of was able to keep up with most of the comments that way. And also, I forgot to say, usually I just kind of wipe them a little bit. I just wipe them on my shirt. But, just to get any oils or anything off of the stones. I forgot to do that on those first few. But this is acrylic paint, just plain old Apple Barrel acrylic paint. This is gloss. It's only gloss because that's what I just grabbed. There's not a reason for that. But you can use any kind of paint that you have around. They're not made to last forever. They're made to just make someone feel good at the moment. So, and they can carry it around with them until eventually the face scratches off. And depending on how they carry it, it may last a really long time. Now, sometimes when you do them, you'll wind up where it's really kind of thin. You can either turn your eraser around and try doing it the opposite way to see if that will fill it in, and that did a pretty good job on that one. Or just let it dry, and after they dry, then just go in and put a little bit more white paint there. So I usually just let them dry, and at the end, I go through and touch up any of them that need a little bit more paint. So, but yes, we had just a really wonderful time. Our grandson is getting so big. He was born in December, so he was 8 months old when we were there, and he's learning to walk. Well, technically, he's kind of learning to run. Told her when he really gets the hang of it, she's going to be chasing him. And he's so cute, and he's such a good baby. He's just so happy all the time, which is really wonderful. And I did go ahead and I picked up some red clay. It's probably not the best red clay I could have got, but it's what I could get my hands on. So I will be, when I showed some, not sure if it was this journal that we're making now on the journaling series or not, but I put in a piece of clay dyed paper, and so many people wanted to know how did I do it. So I am going to do in the journaling series, probably this week actually, I will be doing the clay dyed paper to show you how I did that and show you a couple different ways that it's turning out. But it's actually better this time than last time. The last set that I did while I was down there, and I only had 1 day left, and so it was kind of raining outside, but I had to do it anyways. But what I could get my hands on had quite a bit of gravel in it, so it did not turn out as red as I thought it would. Now the clay that I have this time, the paper has turned out much redder than the last time. So I would just go through. I'm not going to finish absolutely all of those, but just go through and do them all. Whoops. Let me try and grab this one. That needs a little bit more paint here. There we go. This one needs a little bit. There we go. Some of them just aren't quite as round as I want them. So if I retouch them. Now this one I just did very recently. The paint's not even close to being dry, so it's just pulling it up. So they do need to dry better. And then when I'm done, I do take a paper towel and wipe this off so that I can use it again next time, because I don't want that paint to build up on there and build up on there, and then it's going to start making a much the impression will not be as clear. So, and then now this is something you're probably not going to have. I honestly can't even tell you what it was. This is just a little piece of plastic. I don't know where it came from, but I just find that if I just put this in the paint and then I just touch it on my glass, it makes a cute little smile. And sometimes they're a little wonky one way or the other. And I like that. I think it's really cute. I think it gives them character. So, you know, but you could use a piece of foam, like fun foam, to make a little tiny smile. You could find anything that's kind of shaped like this. You could even If you have an extra eraser, you could even carve the eraser to make a smile. Just cut it off and then kind of curve it around so that you've just got that, and use that to make your smile. So, you know, or you can just use a paintbrush and just use the paintbrush and go ahead and just paint the smile on there. And then if I get one that I really don't like, I just wipe it off right away and do it again. They don't have to be perfect. And like I say all the time, you know, factory made is perfect. Handmade has its own little unique qualities to it. And that's what makes handmade special. It's the fact that is, no matter how many you do, none of them will be exactly the same, even if you were to have a stamp to do this with. And, you know, got really good impression. It still wouldn't be exactly the same. The stones are shaped a little different. The impression will wind up taking a little differently. And so, you know, it's totally fine that they're not what some would call perfect, because that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for the enjoyment we get from making it, the enjoyment we get from giving it, and the enjoyment that others get from receiving it. And I'm pretty sure, even though you may find that some people will pick through and kind of try and find the most perfect one. Now this one, the smile's just too close to the top. I don't like that. Like I said, they don't have to be perfect, but I want to like them. And I don't like the way that this looks. So I am just going to really avoid the eyes because they're not completely dry yet. And just wipe it off and do it again. No big deal. I just didn't think that that was a cute smile, and I wanted him to have a cute smile. So let's try it again. Sometimes I get it way off to the side, not like just a crooked smile, but the smile is like under one eye or the other. Now, I got white paint on my hands, and I'm getting it all over the glass, so I do need to get that kind of dried up a little bit. I'm going to wipe it off the back of here. I hope you guys can see this. I hope it's in frame. It's hard to remember to look through the screen when you're doing something versus looking at what you're doing. That's a cute little smile. Okay, when we've only got a few more to go here. But thank you all very much for all of your support. If you get a chance, go ahead and watch a commercial here or there. It does help. I get a few cents for every commercial that's watched. So I don't make very much money, but it still helps. So every little bit always helps for anyone. And that's something that, if you don't mind, you can do that doesn't cost you anything except a few little bit of time. Now, if it's a really long commercial, don't watch it. I don't watch long commercials either. But, you know, a lot of times there's a 30-second commercial or a 15-second commercial. And that does help me. So, let's see. See, now his smile is very, very crooked. And I just think it's really cute. Just makes him special. Alrighty, I have a smile on each one of them. Now, I'm not sure exactly how well this is going to work. All right, this is going to be really loud, but I'm going to do it anyways. This is a hair dryer. It is not a Tim Holtz thing. It's just a plain old hair dryer, but it does help to dry. And I want to try and dry these a little bit so that we can put the pupil on them and finish them up. So hold on just a second. I'm going to try and make it so that I can't really make it so it's not too loud. But we'll just dry off a few of these. Give them all a little bit of the air. The ones at the top should probably be the driest, but I've probably mixed them all up. But I just think that these are fun. So you don't do a craft fair. So you think, well, what am I going to do with them? Take them to church with you. Take them to work with you. Take them when you go to the store. If you walk past someone who seems like they're just not having the best day, take it out of your pocket and say, have a smile. They're always free. You know, I think that that could really make someone's day. You just never know who really might need a smile. And remember, if you don't have any of these as you're walking through the store or walking into work, don't forget to give somebody just a regular old smile, because it really does make a difference. And I know it sounds really corny, but it really does make a difference. So we're just going to call that good. We'll try a couple of them. Hopefully we'll find one that's kind of dry. This one looks kind of dry. And then when you make them, this one is looking that way. This one's looking straight ahead. And this one is looking that way. So you don't have to put a dot on one eye, and wherever it winds up landing, just try and match it up on the other side. So, you know, they don't all have to be like right in the middle. And if you don't get it right in the middle, you don't need to worry about it. Just go ahead and put the other one in about the same spot, and it will work out just fine. This is Anita's all-purpose acrylic craft paint. Now, I wind up with lots of different craft paints. Apple Barrel, I get at Walmart, so that's where I have a lot of those. But this one, Anita's, I think that I probably got this at more than likely at a yard sale or at a secondhand store, because I don't think I've ever bought this kind of paint at the store. I think that the one that comes from, it's getting quite goopy. The one that comes from Michael's, I think, is like Craft Smart or something like that, and I get that one quite often. I have a lot of those. Because I just buy them when they're on sale if I don't get them at a garage sale. Now, this is just a regular skewer with the point on it, but what I did was I used a fingernail file because I didn't have any sandpaper right handy, and I just filed the point off, and then I took it, I'm going to take the paint off of here. After I filed off the point, you know, not a whole lot, then I just took it and I rubbed it around just on my paper here, just to really kind of flatten it out and smooth it out. And so that's what we're using for the pupil. You can use this end, which I have one that I did with this end. If I can figure out which one it is, I think it was this one. Yeah. So I have this one that was done with just the flat end of the skewer. And then these ones were done with the pointy end of the skewer. And for some reason, I like the smaller ones. So you know, you can pick and choose how you want to do it. And then I'm just going to now, again, put some black paint on here and then kind of put it on your, the other thing is that the very first time after you sand it, you definitely want to try it on something to make sure it's fairly round. Because when I did mine the first time, I actually had a piece of the wood that was going up off of it. So it was a round circle, but it had this line going off of it, which doesn't work that well for a pupil. So just take it and just dot it on there. And dot it on there. So there we go. And that's just how cute they turn out. So I don't know if we've got, this one looks like it's fairly dry. Maybe we'll try and put this one in the middle. And I really do like them actually looking off to the side better, but you never know what people are going to like. So there we go. So that is how you can spread a little bit of happiness around. Doesn't really cost much. It's fun to do. It's something to do. And a lot of people say, well, okay, so that's really cute, but once I make it, what am I going to do with it? Well, this is a project that you can make and know that when you're done with it, you really do have something to do with what you've just made. So it's not going to just sit around and do nothing, which most of your stuff probably eventually finds its way somewhere anyways. So now that one I just kind of messed up a little bit, so I'm going to just make it just a little bit more right direct paint to the eye, so it makes it a little bigger, and it fixed it. So there we go. So thank you very much for watching. I hope that you enjoy this project. I hope that you make them, that you give them out, and make a lot of people happy. And I hope it makes you happy too. Thank you very much for stopping by. I really do appreciate you. And I hope that you all have an outstanding day. Bye-bye.